What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode review for Shenmue the Animation. This is episode 2, and with me, as always, I have Bluespade.
I thought this episode kind of felt a little bit slow to me. It just I know it did add some investigative parts, that Rio liked to do in the games, but it just felt like the plot really didn't go much of anywhere shortly after this.
Yeah, like I said before we started
And
recording this, it is kind of surprising that this episode, it felt like the pacing kind of slowed down as opposed to the first one, where it starts off and it goes over things pretty quickly, or at least it kind of goes over some of the first few clues that Rio finds pretty quickly, at least. Whereas this one, it's more so focused around like a couple different clues that Rio is trying to follow up on. One being this letter that his father received from, I think it was Yawanda Zoo, and him trying to find someone who can read, I guess, the specific Chinese that is hard, that I guess only certain people can read. And then he's also trying to find this guy called Charlie, who has a connection with the Chinese mafia.
yeah, well, that's pretty much the entire episode.
Yeah.
He just he just chases around Charlie
And
throughout
also
pretty much
his
the majority of this episode until he catches up.
yeah, and also him interacting with I forget the guy's name, but the old man. And I think
Yeah.
this person teaches you. I think he teaches you different moves in the game. I could be wrong. In the first game. So I think that might be where that's going. Is that he's going to, or actually no, yeah, I think, don't we see that in this episode where like he kind of shows Rio some moves, or he kind of practices some moves that,
We only see that one brief scene
Yeah.
that was just like only a few seconds long, in which he, the old man agrees to teach Rio how to do some moves, and we see Rio performing some kind of like this palm attack, that in the air or something like that. But that's pretty much it.
yeah, and there was
but
some new
most
stuff
of
added,
it,
like the Shy kind of spying on him, and then just his interactions with Nozomi. I don't remember some of them from the game. Some of them might be new. So I think there were some additions. One big one we should mention too was at the beginning of the episode, with the them showing Bailu Village again and showing more of Shenhua, which is kind of my major criticism so far for the series, that there's way too much of Shenhua being shown, and I don't really think I like it. I liked, like I said before, I kind of liked in the game how Shenhua was more mysterious, and you didn't really know much about her until you meet her at the end of Shenmue 2. And then you don't learn any more about her until Shenmue 3. So I don't really know how I feel. Like I don't know. I don't really like that they're kind of adding more stuff with Shenhua and Bailu Village, because we even see some people in the scene that we only see in Shenmue 3. So I guess it makes sense, because apparently this was being made around the same time that Shenmue 3 was, I guess, in development. So I guess that might be why we're kind of seeing like these references to Shenmue 3.
yeah, but both these instances of showing Shenhua in this episode and the last episode, it's just her interacting with people around her village, and then supposedly just reiterating this prophecy about about a guy who will come from overseas and then do something, but
Yeah.
she doesn't know who it is, but she anticipates that person, which we know it's going to be Rio.
Yeah, they've kind of
But
went over that
that's
prophecy
pretty
like
much it,
3
which-
different times already, and
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know if this is going to be like a constant recurring thing like in almost every episode. I just hope not, because I think we already get the idea of who Shenhua is, even with these last 2 episodes. They keep showing her for whatever reason, but yeah, I just don't know how I feel about it. It just reveals too much of the where they're going with the plot.
yeah.
Especially if people have never played the first 2 Shenmue games.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we get some good action scenes in the episode, but yeah, I mean, most of it, is just kind of Rio trying to, get, progress his own investigation into his father's past. I mean, it more or less, as far as I remember, does play out similarly to how it does in the game. Of course, they cut out quite a bit of. Well, obviously, they cut out quite a bit of Rio kind of running around and asking a lot of different people about Charlie, because the game is pretty much running around and asking random people about something until you find the right person who knows information that will progress the investigation, and then you ask somebody else about it, and then that'll then eventually get Rio to where he needs to go. That's pretty much how the game plays out. So I completely understand why the anime cuts some of the dialogue with certain people you interact with around town.
Yeah, I mean, we do see several scenes of
like you'll see recognizable characters, like the guy cleaning his motorcycle and the guy that runs like the jacket shop or whatever. Because I do remember specifically like asking him about like the jacket, like that was one of the leads. Like Charlie wanted a jacket there or something, and then the tattoo artist.
But but much of his investigation was just like literally looking for someone who can read the letter that was addressed to his father. And, of course, apparently nobody that he runs into can understand what's written in that letter because they don't understand that dialect of Chinese.
Yeah. And then, of course, when Rio does eventually find Charlie does kind of give him a bit of a lead on Londi. And I think this is eventually going to lead him to these two characters that we see at the very end of the episode, which I'm not going to spoil who they are, but they are kind of important characters from the game. So I think I know where the story is going to go from here because I do remember this part of the game. But yeah, I don't know. There's not really too much to say about the episode because, like Spade said, it did kind of slow down and mainly just focused on like these two main things, which is Rio trying to translate the letter and Rio trying to find Charlie. But yeah, I thought it was a little bit better of an episode than the first one. It kind of alleviated a few of my doubts in that I thought it was going to rush some things. But it still could. The other thing I don't like though is just like I said, I don't like that they're showing too much of Shenhua, and I feel like that's going to be a recurring thing throughout the whole season. Honestly, is they're going to keep showing it, and I think that's a bad idea. But other than that, I don't really have that much to say about this episode in particular. I don't know if you have anything else to say about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had mixed feelings just watching this episode.
We did get some
from start to finish.
We did get a new Nozomi scene too. I think, which is the scene where we kind of see her just kind of at her house, which I thought was kind of interesting. Although I don't really know if I say it added anything. I mean, I do kind of like that they're focusing a little bit more on her in particular.
Yeah, they're. I guess they're trying to put more focus on Nozomi and Rio's relationship.
Well, yeah, because if you saw the ending, the ending seemed very much focused on that and their relationship, which is hinted at in the game, but it's not really gone much into. I think the anime might be trying to go maybe a little bit more into it.
Yeah, but my overall thoughts on the episode was just kind of mixed. Like I said, it's just it didn't really progress much of the plot, just due to the fact that Rio spent a lot of his time trying to get that letter translated, and him just chasing after Charlie. The pretty much the entire episode. I mean, one of the few good spots was Rio interacting with this old man that's acquainted with his father, just pretty much discussing what his goals and reasonings of trying to avenge his father, and learning the truth of whether or not his father is truly is a killer and is responsible for Londi's what was it, whoever he killed that's related to Londi.
I did like that aspect of it. I mean, there were things I liked about the episode, but like I said, the biggest complaints are just what they're doing with Shenhua and showing more of the village. But yeah, so that all being said, I guess until next Sunday, we will see you all next time.